Hello my friends and welcome back to another Brotato video. Today we're covering Brotato's weirdest and wackiest mod, Genetically Modified Overkill. I've been really excited to try this mod out since I finished the class guides and wanted to try this mod for two reasons. One, it does some really cool things, and I'll talk about what it actually does as we get into it, and two, it actually uses all the vanilla characters, so everything will be pretty familiar to you as you play, and it stays fairly close to vanilla with one major change. How the mod works is it combines any two characters, and you get all of the bonuses of both of them to create some wild and wacky combinations. You take some penalties as a kind of balancing measure, but you shouldn't mistake this for a mod that's intending to be a balanced experience. It's just intended to create insane combinations, and so I think the best way to experience it, honestly, is just to be two random two classes and see how they combine, as well as possibly randoming a weapon in the spirit of my random series. I'll put a link to the mod in the description in case you want to try it yourself. It's only available on the Steam version, but it's very cool and worth checking out. Alright, so let's random two characters and just kind of see what we get. Okay, I have to hit it again. We got Golem and Pacifist. So this is not going to be a good combination. So we can't heal, and killing things is going to be difficult for us, but we do start with a lot of defensive stats. We also have these additional penalties from the mod: XP gain, item price, extra enemies, which is actually a bonus, so I don't know if they've fully thought that one through, and slightly increased enemy speed. So I think I'm going to go with the hand, I guess, because we're a pacifist, and we'll look at our full stats once we have started the game, and just kind of see how this works. I think adapting to the combo that you have is really important for this game. Oh, I like the combined character art as well. No particular need to hit these enemies because we're a pacifist, so we should be getting the pacifist income. Let's kill that tree and make sure that we are getting that. Although I guess actually on round 1 you can still kill stuff with the hand. So obviously we can't take any regeneration. We could actually try to build enough damage to kill stuff, because you can actually build into damage on pacifist. It's technically possible. You don't have damage building penalties, just percent damage starting penalties. We also start with 40 HP, which is kind of fun. I'm going to reroll here and see if we can get some harvesting. Getting that going early on pacifist is really important, and I think we're really more of a pacifist than a golem overall. So yeah, let's take a look at our total stats. So we have the pacifist bonus, we start with a lumberjack shirt, we have the minus damage and minus engineering, we also have all of the golem bonuses. I think this is going to be a very dangerous character build to play, but potentially pretty good. I'm revising my opinion. I thought this would be awful, but I think it might actually be decent. I'm going to buy all the support weapons we can, just try to roll into those to max out our support tag as soon as we can. We don't need to buy any regeneration. And sure, I'll buy the taser as well. We want to end up with 6 hands, but we'll take other support weapons just as we roll them, just to try to get our harvesting going early. Move speed is going to be really important. So pacifists that can't take damage sure is a challenge. Or I guess we can take damage, we just can't heal. I definitely am going to want to increase our dodge, so I think I'm just going to take this level 2 dodge. Dodge is going to be really important for this build, of course, because we can't heal any damage we take. I'll also take tardigrades and stuff like that if we see them. Let's buy this, roll. Well, we're only getting tasers. I don't think I'm going to buy the level 2 taser, because I actually don't really want to level tasers, so instead I'm just going to buy this coupon. Actually, I'm going to reroll and just see if we can lock a hand. Come on, come on. Ah. Alright, well, that's unlucky. I didn't really want to level up tasers because we want hands for the inbuilt harvesting. Try to pull the enemies away and then push them out of the way as we go. We're going to have to take some damage here, unfortunately, because I've kind of backed myself into the corner. Definitely going to need some move speed to evade these enemies, and enough knockback to actually knock these enemies back would be really helpful as well. I'll keep taking harvesting, that can increase more. Let's re-roll this and buy armor. We don't start with any armor, so we're going to need a lot of that as soon as we can get it. We'll take coupon, we'll take bag, I think. Bag is much worse on this character because only trees can give us money, but for only 23, I think it will still pay for itself pretty quickly. We don't need any of this, and I guess I'll take the level 1 taser again. I'm kind of unhappy that we've found so many of these and no other hands, but that's okay. Ugly Tooth is incredible for this character, so we definitely want to grab that, and I'll stop re-rolling. We should have a lot more money and a lot more knockback than we do. It's possible that I wanted to not buy tasers because we're in hands only. Like, usually with support weapons, you want to fill out the support tag as quickly as possible so your harvesting can start building up. But on this particular build, because we're looking specifically for hands, maybe we don't. Wanted to dip in there and try to just break that tree really quick. We're still making okay money. I'm going to take speed. We definitely need some movement speed, and sure, we'll take the level 3 dodge as well. Okay, great. So we can combine here and pick up a hand. I guess I could actually recycle rather than combine, since the slow doesn't increase, and the attack speed I think does increase, but we don't really need the taser other than for the elemental tag or the support tag and the slow. So actually leveling up the tasers isn't that important, and I could get 6 materials back. I think the leveled taser is going to be more useful to us than 6 materials, but it's worth keeping in mind that that's a possibility. Very happy to take the tree here since we have the bag already and we have lumberjack shirt. That's a way that we can start actually generating crates for that. Keep rolling, and we'll combine this other one and buy the hand as well. Do I want to roll again? I think we're good. So this is good. Now we've got quite a bit more harvesting as well as additional knockback. This is such a wild combination for the first one to have rolled, Pacifist Golem. Let me know, I'm going to judge kind of, you know, how this video does, whether people are interested in watching modded content, of course. So do let me know if you're interested in seeing more of this, other mods, that kind of thing, as well as if you like this format, in terms of just like randoming the 2 characters. If we want to do more GMO stuff, then I think that this is a pretty fun way to do it, but obviously let me know if you're enjoying that. I'm going to re-roll this and see if we can get something better. Attack speed is not irrelevant for this character because it can help with the knockback, but it's not particularly important. I was hoping to roll into a better level 2, but I guess I'll just take 5 luck, try to get better level ups as we go. Luck is also not that good for this character, so maybe it's not worth picking up because we aren't dropping consumables from enemies with it, but it does still help us get crates more often from trees and better level ups as we level, so in that sense it's worth it. Peaceful Bee is going to be excellent. Of course, we don't use any of the stats that it decreases, and we're already up to 28% dodge, which is pretty nice. Buy this coupon. I don't think there's any reason to pick up the taser or the piggy bank, so let's combine this taser and buy the hand as well, increasing our harvesting. I guess combining hands also increases your harvesting, right? It doubles to 6 on the level 2, so maybe I shouldn't be just getting 6 level 1 hands. I would like to get rid of the tasers eventually, though, so we're only rolling hands. Medical turret, I almost bought this, but it doesn't heal us. Oh yeah, and of course, consumable healing doesn't make sense as a thing because we can't heal. So the luck is extra wasted on this character. Something I should definitely have taken into account. So I'm not going to buy any more luck, I don't think. Hard keeping track of everything that this character does. These guys are a pain for this character because you can't knock them back. They're immune to knockback. The chargers. Alright, we did get a crate drop, so that's good. Maybe we can get a second one. That would be nice. Nope, no such luck, but that's okay. That's still 15 materials and everything. Obviously, we can never kill the loot alien. Want to work my way back around and kill that tree. Oh no. We took so much damage there and I didn't even manage to hit the tree. Alright, let's recycle this and re-roll. I think I will take more armor. We definitely need armor. We definitely need max HP as well. Max HP is really important, of course, because we can't heal, so we need as much of that as we can get. I'll take the Broken Mouth. Gentle Alien, we already have increased alien spawns, so this isn't that dangerous for us while being really important, and while giving us good stats, as well as some additional money. So for Pacifist, the enemies, there's a certain number of enemies that can be on the map. The amount increases every wave, and when they despawn, it counts for the Pacifist's passive, because basically when a new enemy would spawn and the enemies are at cap, the oldest enemy on the field despawns. So increased enemy spawns are really good for Pacifists because they'll despawn and give you the extra materials. Wandering Bot, I think, is still going to be pretty good. We can also take Alien Worm just as 30 for 3 HP. That's pretty nice. It's a much better ratio than Acid here, which I'm actually not going to buy because I really need the dodge, I think. And Wandering Bot actually has some uses for this character. Between Ugly Tooth and having a taser and the Wandering Bot, we can slow enemies quite a lot. Let me lock this hand, lock this tree. We'll get rid of this taser and go up to 6 hands. This is going to be a tough wave because we won't be able to break the eggs. I mean, maybe if I just like sit there attacking them for a long time, but I don't think so. Trying to weave my way through all of these enemies. At the very least, the big slashers will despawn as more enemies spawn. 2 lucky dodges there, that's kind of nice. Until I have like 10 or 20 armor, any hits we take are going to be really painful, since we can't heal at all. So far doing pretty well, though. The Wandering Bot is really helping, as is the Ugly Tooth. You can see all the enemies are getting slowed all the time, and so they really are not catching up to us. Only took 1 hit there on quite a difficult wave. Here I'm actually going to take armor over harvesting. We just need to increase this so much that I think it's really valuable to start picking that up. We'll recycle the taser here, grab the hand and the tree. Roll again. Coffee is such an efficient item that I'm going to buy it, and then I think, will Shady Potion pay for itself in improved level ups and the occasional crate? So notice we've only gotten 15 materials from our bag. We need at least 1 more crate drop before this even pays for itself, and then like 2 or 3 more before it becomes good. I don't think it will, so I think I'm going to pass on that. Great to level up these hands, of course, and up the Broken Mouth as well. More armor is perfect. Alright, so we're up to 10 armor, 34% dodge. If I can get to 60% dodge before we fight the elite, I'll feel a lot better. I also want to be hitting these enemies sometimes just to apply the slow to them, because we do have the Ugly Tooth. Alright, there's our crate, so now our bag has paid for itself. I know a lot of people like to play along with these combos, and this is honestly a really fun one, so I highly recommend giving it a try. I don't know if we're going to win, but it's a pretty cool combo and a neat character conceptually. Not being able to kill enemies or heal really changes how you have to approach the game. 2 crates is really nice as well. Feeling very good about that. Oh, can we get a 3rd? No, no such luck. This Wandering Bot is honestly really paying for itself. Nice, I got that guy right at the end. Got the tree. Let's recycle the eye surgery, recycle this because it doesn't give us any regen. And do I take 10 harvesting here? Because harvesting, of course, is very valuable. Or do I just take 2 armor and continue to boost my armor as much as possible? I think because it's level 3 and it's still fairly early, I'll take the harvesting. Alien Worm, again, still a pretty efficient way to buy max HP when you don't need the consumable healing. Let's roll, and I got a little excited when I saw Fairy and then remembered what character we're playing. I'm definitely going to take the Tardigrade. We can't heal, so Tardigrade has a lot of value. There was an interesting conversation about Tardigrade in one of my more recent videos in the comments there, where I mentioned that I don't think it's very good, usually. So, it's worth checking that one out if you're interested in why I believe that. I'm definitely not going to take the Alien Baby. But basically, Tardigrade always blocks the first damage in a wave, which is the least important damage, because you'll heal it up right afterwards. But on this character, we won't heal it up, so Tardigrade blocking damage at any point in the wave is exactly as valuable as blocking damage later in the wave. Like, all the damage we prevent on this character is evenly valuable, whereas on most characters, damage prevented early on in the wave is less valuable than damage prevented later on. That loot alien spawned and then immediately despawned. That was so rude. Not that we can kill it, but if that had happened in a real game, I'd be sad. I do like that it seems like the big chargers are despawning very frequently. Because I think this map just spawns so many of the little horde guys. Alright, we're going to take a couple hits here so I can go through and break these trees before the end of the wave, making sure that I'm doing that. Because, of course, any crates we drop from those are really important. Here, let's re-roll this. I'm looking for speed or just defensive stats, of course. I will actually take 6% speed here, I think, over harvesting. We really need speed before we go into the elite wave. And we'll re-roll, try to get another level 3 upgrade, although maybe I still just want to take dodge, try to get to 60 dodge. Our harvesting of 100 is good. Could be better, of course, but it's good. I think I will take the dodge, actually, even though it's a lower level upgrade. We're going to increase our harvesting by buying hands anyways. Buy this just for 5% dodge. It's not a great way to buy 5% dodge, but 5% dodge is really important. And then this is a very inefficient way to buy 2 HP, so I think we're going to pass on it. Buy the hand here. I think I'm actually going to buy the glasses. I don't want my range to decrease too much on the hands, because we do need to be knocking things away before they get too close to us. Baby with a beard doesn't do anything because we're not killing enemies. I was thinking we could use it to slow people, but that doesn't help, of course. Gentle Alien, for all the reasons I talked about before, is still great, and I'm still, again, going to take Coffee because it's so efficient, and it just makes our knockback much more reliable if these are attacking more frequently. Community Support would give us hundreds of attack speed, probably. Like, we're going to get, not hundreds, but probably something like 80 attack speed, since there will always be the maximum number of enemies alive. I think I'm going to grab it just because it's fun. It decreases our defensive stats, but it's going to look very silly. And, I mean, with this mod, you're really just hoping to have a good time, right? Just do things that make ridiculous stuff happen. Alright, there's a tree up to the left there. I'm trying to weave through these enemies. Bag, once again proving why it's such an excellent item. Even without being able to drop crates from enemies ever, we've still made like 75 off of it. Alright, there goes our Tardigrade. Still at full health. This is... We haven't fought an elite yet, and that's what's really going to put this build to the test. This is going better than I kind of expected it to, I would say. Try to stay along the edge of the arena and just bat the enemies away. Sure, I'll take this. Obviously, the explosion won't do anything, but the health is nice, and we'll recycle the turret. Here, 9% dodge is perfect. We can try to get... We only need 6% now to get up to maximum dodge, and we actually just hit that with this leather vest, and a basically ideal pick for us. And yeah, I'm still going to buy the community support. We do lose some armor. Wait, why did I lose 3 armor there? We had 13 armor, I bought community support, and we lost 3 armor. I don't know what happened there, that was weird. We might have had some sort of weird fraction from something, but I can't imagine what was doing that. Maybe I just misread it. I don't know. Anybody who's watching along, let me know what you saw happen there. Obviously don't want to decrease my dodge, so I'm going to reroll that. I will take the clover here, though we don't use the luck. Going above dodge cap lets us take stuff that decreases our dodge, so I think it's still pretty important to buy stuff like that. And then I will take the coupon, and I'm going to buy the defective steroids. 2 HP probably won't be the difference between living and dying, but any additional help we get going into an elite wave, I think is going to be good. Just going over here to apply the slow. So the summoner elite won't be a big problem for us, I don't think, because there's already going to be capped enemies on the field anyways. There's only so many enemies that it can summon. So this actually will not be significantly more threatening than the normal enemies would. We have enough knockback that we should be okay against the rib cages as long as we continue to bat them backwards. And eventually they will despawn. So one thing that's nice is the rib cages keep gaining speed over the course of the wave, right? So you would think eventually they would just become infinitely fast and kill us because we're never going to kill them. But because the oldest enemy despawns, or usually despawns, we did see that loot alien appear and disappear earlier, so maybe I have that info a little bit wrong. But since those enemies will despawn, it resets the speed, basically. The new ones will spawn with minimum speed, so you don't end up with infinitely fast rib cages. Their speed also caps at 600 units, I think, but 600 is way more than enough to catch you. We've got over dodge cap, so I'm just going to take armor here, and I'll take more max HP. If we can get up to like 200 max HP, that would be really good. Let me definitely grab the snail and the metal plate. And I think we'll just keep re-rolling. The attack speed on our hands actually was quite valuable there, so I'm really pleased actually at having bought community support as well. It just made sure that we never had to worry about the rib cages getting in contact with us. We'll take the metal plate here. We don't need to buy more dodge at this point. We're already over cap. I'll only worry about that if we start going under cap. Keep combining for more hands. Do I want to spend 47 on 2 HP? I don't think so. I think we can do better. And yeah, we can in fact combine and get another hand, and then I'll lock another metal plate, and now our harvesting is truly getting out of hand, as it were. And with 20 armor, I'm feeling really good. Really enjoying this build so far, really liking the mod so far. This is the first game I've played with it. And already the sort of wacky possibilities are unfolding in front of me. I'm starting to really think about like what really cool character combinations could happen. Let me know also in the comments what character combinations you are really excited to see, because I bet we could come up with some really interesting ones as a group. And of course also, as always, if you're enjoying the video, you know, do please take the time to leave a comment, hit the like button, and you can subscribe to my channel for more of this and other strategy game content, as I'm always fond of saying. Alright, let's recycle this mushroom, recycle this cog, we don't need any of that. I'm going to re-roll this mess, we can do better. Ooh, do I take 9% dodge just to keep going over dodge cap? I think not. I think I'll just take the 1 armor. It's not the, you know, my favorite thing I've ever picked, but it's good to do anyways, I think. So interestingly, this hand is worth 3 harvesting. We combine these two 9s and we get 18. Okay, yeah, so we do still gain harvesting by adding in a level 1 hand. That's good to know. Actually, so if I had a level 2 and a level 4 instead of the 2 level 3s, that would be better, right? So I should have been doing it that way. Because a level 2 is worth 6, and a level 4 is worth 18, so that's 24. And 2 level 3s is worth 18. So when I was combining those level 2s, I should have been combining the level 3s instead, getting more harvesting that way. Just a minor optimization we can do. I guess I will add more knockback. Usually I don't think it's worth buying Boxing Glove even on the Pacifist build, because it only increases your knockback by 10%, right? Hands have 30 base knockback, and Boxing Glove only gives +3. But if we can get up to like +40 or +50 by buying a few Boxing Gloves, then that would be pretty nice. And since we are not allowed to take damage, we have to evaluate things a little differently. Combine and buy a hand here. Chameleon gives us extra dodge while standing still, but that doesn't matter. And yeah, we can keep upgrading our hands. Do I want just more range from the baby geckos or more luck from the lost ducks? I think I'll just buy the lost duck here. I know I was saying I didn't need luck earlier, but I feel like with 2 trees, luck has more value, and also we're getting to later levels, so you really want to be getting higher level ups, higher quality level ups. Like, we would much rather be getting level 2 or level 3 level ups every time, and level 4s as well, rather than having to worry about ever having to reroll them just because we got a shop full of level 1s. So increasing our luck can help a lot with that as well, and I think it's going to pay for itself. Or if not, it'll come close. The community support attack speed is really going off. I wasn't expecting this to be as pronounced as it is, but this is helping this build tremendously, because we're just always able to hit stuff away. Again, took no damage there. That's really fun. I don't need more attack speed, though. We've got plenty, so let's reroll this and reroll this. And pretty much the only stats we need are luck, HP, and armor, or our HP and armor, so I'm just going to reroll till we get one of those. Let's roll again, and do we want to go on hard mode and buy Weird Ghost? I'm thinking no, especially not going into an elite round, but it would be funny. Definitely taking this additional speed. Speed is one of the things we were missing the most of, and I will take the bowler hat as well. Don't think I'm going to reroll. We can't buy anything anyways. Alright, hopefully we don't get it too difficult in elite. This one is going to be pretty tough, honestly, because it places the slashes under us no matter where we are on the map. So I need to be very careful to always be watching out for the next set of slashes and react appropriately. One upside we have is that it's very hard for us to break the slugs, especially because they are going to despawn. So there shouldn't be too many summons on the map, even by the end of the map. That normally makes a Wave 14 Elite really hard, but these summons... Oh, wow, there's tons of them. Okay, actually, I guess when a slug despawns, it still summons the goobers, because I'm not killing them, obviously. We don't have any damage. Alright, so this is actually going to be incredibly difficult. I genuinely did not know that that's how this interaction worked. But I guess when a slug despawns, it summons the little goobers, and they fill the level with projectiles. Good to know. Let's buy this bandana, and then reroll. Grab some max HP, that's good. Keep upgrading these hands as well. I will keep buying speed as well. Rolling again, just buy more HP. Rolling again. Buy another tardigrade, sure. These haven't been incredible, but they have blocked some damage. One thing that would be nice is if it showed how much damage it had blocked. I know there are tooltip mods you can get that will show that, but show that kind of thing. My general rule with mods, though, is I'm going to only be trying one at a time, unless they combine in a really interesting way, especially with things that make the screen look very different for people, so it's going to be very confusing. Obviously, the GMO mod combines really well with other mods, provided that there's support for combining the modded characters. So any mod that adds a character, you can use GMO to combine it into alongside other characters and really get some wacky combinations with modded characters. But for a start, I'm just going to be looking at vanilla characters and how they combine. This, I think, is one of the weirdest combinations we could have gotten, and I'm very happy with it. It also has not It's gone much better than I expected it to, honestly. In part because we don't have to focus, we can spend all of our money on defensive stats because the Pacifist just gives us money without having to kill stuff. And we don't have to even buy healing. So we are very, I guess this is I'll borrow a term from my Baldur's Gate videos, we're very single attribute dependent, which is really nice to be when we are trying to survive like this. It just means that we can hard roll for only the important stats and stuff. Definitely take Stone Skin, that's going to be excellent. And yeah, I'll take the muscly dude as well. Just 126 for 5 HP is an okay deal at this point in the game. Gonna reroll this and reroll this. So you can see we're able to just reroll pretty much everything because there's very few stats we actually need. Wheelbarrow will still pay for itself even this late, so I'm going to grab it. Upgrade this hand. It's nice to be able to find that one actually, because often finding a second level 1 upgrade is really hard this late in the game. And then we will get another level 3, and we've almost maxed out our hands, which maxes out our harvesting as well. This level is going to be hard, and subsequent levels, because of the buffers. So these buffed enemies move faster. Normally they're difficult in part because they have more health, but here they're difficult because they move faster and do more damage. So our attacks may not have time to knock them away. You can really take away some interesting lessons from this build too, I think, like how useful attack speed is on Pacifist, even though Pacifist doesn't want to do damage. The attack speed just continuously knocking back enemies has been extremely valuable for us. So stuff like community support, or even the 2 coffees that we picked up early, really worth picking up on Pacifist for more serious runs. I feel like there's going to be some character combinations that are much, much harder than anything in vanilla, because they combine 2 penalties and don't give you advantages in interesting ways, or like in powerful ways, and there's a lot that are just going to be way easier. Either way, I don't think you're going to end up with a super balanced experience, but it's just going to be fun all around. I will, I think, just take more move speed. That will help the most here. Yeah, more move speed. More HP. It's a pretty inefficient way to buy HP at this point, but just any HP we get is good. Continue to buy spicy sauce and to not buy weird ghost or sad tomato. And we will upgrade this hand and upgrade this hand as well. We have 200 HP. Let me slow that guy. Look how much it slows down by also. That's actually really funny. So this one is tough because it's going to start placing circles under us, and we have to kind of hope that our speed lines up with the way that it places the circles. Because otherwise we're going to end up having to do some really precise dodging. If our move speed is, or yeah, it's gonna place these attack patterns under us. If our move speed lines up really well with its attack patterns, then we can just keep running in a straight line and never get hit. But if our move speed is timed badly, then we are gonna be in trouble. Given the number of projectiles that are coming out, we do have to do a lot of dodging. But at this point in the round, we have so much health and armor that we aren't in any trouble. I'm going to recycle this. It won't pay for itself by the end of the round, and we just want more armor. So here... Oh, okay, nice. We have the level 2 hand locked. I was going to say we had to sell the level 2 hand to buy the level 3, but now we just actually get to max out. Sure, we'll keep buying that. I will keep buying this. I'll keep buying this. Keep rolling. Dangerous Bunny won't pay for itself. I'll take 2 health from the Gentle Alien. A pretty inefficient way to buy 2 health, but that's fine. You can see we're very fast now, which does put me under a little more pressure to dodge well, just because I'm so fast that I can accidentally run into enemies. This wave is also particularly hard for Pacifist, wave 18, because it's all of these Horned Chargers, which are immune to knockback. So we just have to outpace them. But because we're so fast, we can get away with that. Oop, I took 2 hits there because I wanted to stick around and break the tree, but that might have been a mistake. Even though it looks like we're in great shape and not coming close to dying in any of these waves, this can go wrong so quickly, because if we just take like a couple hits in a row, suddenly we're playing at 30% HP and things get really tough. You can see that even with 20 armor, we're still taking 20 damage a hit, so it only takes a few hits before we just die. Let's reroll this, and I'm going to just take more max HP here. Buy this for more max HP. I'm actually going to pass on more speed. 40% is plenty, and actually starting to reach the point where it's a little harder to play. Buy that. We will buy this. Just continuing to buy max HP. I'd prefer to buy max HP through finding armor, but I'll just buy it where possible. Here, of course, we buy 1 armor and lose 1 max HP, but that's still a very good deal for us. Every point of armor is worth 6% of your max HP in terms of effective HP, no matter how much armor you have. So that is, when we have 224 HP, each point of armor is worth tons of effective HP. .66% actually, and repeating, if you want to get technical about it. We're gonna just try to avoid all these enemies. So one thing that I like to do when things are getting really hairy like this and enemies are all over, you know, you might think, how can you possibly navigate through these corridors and not get hit? And you'll notice I'm able to go through some of these middle areas without getting hit. What you do basically is identify a gap and then try to loop around an enemy to go into it, because that will pull it behind you and that will create a gap for you to fit yourself through. I will try to show you that in the next wave when we get some more enemies on the field. This wave, of course, is also going to be quite difficult because it's the bosses, so they're going to be attacking us. Nuke launcher, we could grab that. I'm going to pass on all this. We're really just looking for health and stuff. The coupon won't pay for itself. Another underrated thing about this game is that we had 4 coupons. I didn't mention that, but obviously that was incredibly good for us, and have saved us 1,000 materials. Normally very good to have mouse on this type of character because lifesteal is excellent, but since we can't heal, I'm going to pass on it and look for more things like armor. We don't need more dodge. We've got maxed out dodge. Wolf helmet doesn't do anything. It's really starting to get to be slim pickings here. Funnily enough, if we'd found it earlier, I actually might have taken blood donation. So if you consider, like, we've got 238 HP, so even though we can't heal, blood donation ticks once per second and waves are 60 seconds. So if we had bought blood donation, basically we're saying we start at 1/4 lower HP, which is, it also eats our tardigrade ticks, so that might be a reason not to do that for this particular build. But it's actually not completely impossible to buy this item on Golem, because it's basically just decreasing your max HP by 60, which is sometimes worth it for 40 harvesting. Gonna pass on that, and alright, I guess we are not getting anything here. So, pretty weak last shop, but that's fine. Just taking a look at our stats, you can see we've got ridiculous HP. I would like more armor, but 26 is obviously pretty good. And then the community support is the thing that's really holding this build together as well. Slow those enemies. Alright, so I'm going to try to demonstrate how to thread the needle between a group of enemies, and having said that, I'm probably just going to walk right into them. But basically, so let's take this group. So we can see that gap there. So what I did is I moved through that gap while taking a slight step backwards as we passed the first enemy. That pulled all of the starting enemies behind me, so they didn't close in on me as I was going forward. So that's just a little movement trick that you can use to manipulate the enemy AI. Obviously, once they're balled up like this, there's nothing we can do to fit through that gap, but because there is no gap there. But just something to keep in mind for sort of how you move. And you could probably slow that down pretty well and get a good sense of what we were doing. You can see I'm starting to take a lot of hits just because there's a lot of projectiles on the field. The fact that the slugs despawn and still make the summons is a really huge downside for playing Pacifist. I didn't realize that that's how it worked, and that's actually very dangerous. I'm very glad we got that dodge off also, because that was a buffed Horned Charger, which meant that we were going, oh hey, there's achievements in this mod. We get item unlocks. I wonder if I could turn those off. I actually would prefer not to play with the GMO item unlocks, I don't think. But for now, I'm happy to just let the achievements tick up. Mostly, I want to, you know, play the runs just with 2 vanilla characters mushed together and not add items. Anyways, aside from the unlocks, I think you could get a really good sense of sort of how to move through large groups of enemies just from watching that in slow motion potentially. Alright, I've also had some requests to just quickly mouse over all of our items so you can see we dealt very little damage with these, and the big thing here was the community support that gave us a bunch of attack speed. We had tons of movement speed. Obviously we ended up at 44% movement speed, and of course the basic abilities of the 2 characters actually meshed shockingly well together. Also, very much worth mentioning buying alien worms on Golem specifically, because you can't use the consumable healing anyways, and it's an efficient way to buy 3 maximum HP usually. So just that's a one to keep in mind. Normally an item that's garbage, but on this character in particular does pretty well. Alright, my friends, so I hope that you've enjoyed this run, and if you did, then do please let me know. I'm very interested to see if people want to see more modded runs, if you like the format of just randoming two characters together, or if you want to see sort of specific combinations, and let me know your ideas for cool combinations below. And of course you can subscribe to my channel for more Brotato and other strategy game videos. Cheers, my friends. I'll catch you next time.